Professor Lesion is going to take over. Please, let's go welcome him. Let's go welcome him. Yeah. Sorry, and I've been earache. All right, class. Ah, it's been a while, but are y'all excited for the Cancun field trip? It is Professor Legion here, of course. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, class. Hello, Professor. Hello, hello to you too. All right. I don't really think I need the headset then, to be honest. I probably don't need the headset right now. I only have the headset just in case if Atheno starts gaming. All right. But yeah, let's get into it. So, what this class is going to be also, welcome to the field trip. Everybody. We are in beautiful Cancun. It is nighttime because we had some trouble with some students arriving, but yeah, we had it all good. Some students got sunburnt, but it's all good. It's all good. But real quick, do you guys wear sunscreen? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you wear sunscreen? Just a quick poll, real quick. No? Okay, there's no right answer. I don't either. It's all good. All right, but yeah, what's today's lesson? Today's lesson, let's get right into it, actually. Um, oh shoot, who's that? Right, little Dino stuck up there. All right, but today's class will be on climbing the ranks. Now, this was probably one of the most requested, so we're gonna get right into it. I need to pull up the chat on my phone, so that way I can see. All right, should be good. All right, quick test for chats. Um, okay, all right, we're good now. We're good now. Well, yeah, we're talking about climbing the ranks today, so we're gonna start with a warm up right now. What do you guys think is the most? And let me actually give you an easier question. Do you think rank matters? Yes or no? In the rank 2.0 aspect or 1.0, do you think rank matters? Yes or no? This is the first thing we gotta get through. No, yes. Okay. Now, I would like to hear your guys' reasons. Again, there is no right or wrong answer, but I want to make sure we're on the same page. Give me a quick example of why or why not you think rank matters in Rainbow Six Siege. Yes, you still have to win games. That proves you outplayed opponents. I like that approach. 2.0 does not represent skill. Pretty accurate. Solo queue, pro players don't play rank. Jackie, that is a very good point that you bring up. I think a lot of ranks recently, especially the TDM meta, has an influence because of pros not actively being there. I like that answer. Manny, thank you for the sub. As long as you are a good teammate, that is the most important thing. I like that approach too. No, because ranks can be uneven, or you can get bad teammates if you solo queue. All right. So we're hearing all of these. All of you guys have brought up good points, good and bad. You guys have brought up some really good ones. Feels like COD. Mhm. So I am gonna teach you guys and give you a perspective of a rational approach of how you should be approaching ranked. And I assume your goal is to obviously get better, and that obviously means you get a higher rank. Some people might just play for fun. That's all right. Play for fun then. But I'm gonna give you the exact guide that you guys need to be ranking up. So this is the only slide I have for you right now, but we're gonna go deep into each topic. So real quick, let's go ahead and start out with accept the fact that you are a worm. This is a really big thing. Is on some real stuff though. You have to accept no matter what rank you win, especially if you are a beginner or maybe even a lower rank. Like if you're below like even platinum, this applies for the most part. Is that you need to accept the fact of where you are on the rank food chain. You know, a lot of the things you might have learned in the past might be outdated. It might be learned by the wrong people. So you always need to be learning. You have to, but a lot of people do not want to accept the fact that, you know what, maybe I was in the wrong. Maybe I was in the wrong and I should correct that mistake. But I've coached numerous amount of people who let their ego get in the way. They're like, you know what, I don't really want to use a 1.5 crutch. I don't want to use Warden. I don't want to play aggressive in the TDM meta because that's not smart. Listen, that is the most egotistical, stupid, irrational thing I have ever heard. Why would you not use the meta around you? Cam is covering text. Oh, jeez. Uh, okay, you know what? Let's actually do this. Let's do this. Do 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 do. My argument is that it has become boring. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So, type of one in the chat. We're gonna start from copper all the way to champion, the exact things you need to know and things you need to be aware of. So we're going to start with copper and bronze. Type of one in the chat if you are a copper or a bronze. No funny stuff, but I generally want to know who we're talking to. If you are a copper or bronze, type of one in the chat. There shouldn't be very many of you, but if there are, then we have a lot of new students. We have a lot of new students then. Okay. Now, first thing, do not feel ashamed. Do not feel ashamed that you are a low rank. Instead, you just gotta understand that that is just the level you were at. Everybody starts really low, but we need to get because I'm gonna speak to the copper and bronzes. The first things we need to know about is basic map knowledge, operator knowledge, and gadget knowledge. Now, this can vary from what operators do, how they interact with each other, where all the bomb sites are, what are the common ways. Not really, maybe not even common. You just gotta know where all the bomb sites are and a rational place to get inside the building from. You don't have to have the most advanced take. But before we even get to the basic stuff, the reason you are in the lowest rank, below average rank, is because you're obviously doing something wrong yourself. Remember, accept the fact that you are a worm. So, I'm not going to go too long on this, but if you are in the lower ranks of copper or bronze, it is most likely it is your fault. Because if you knew the basic map knowledge, if you knew the basic operator knowledge, and you knew the basic gadget knowledge, it would be way easier to fix up your mistakes. But a lot of people in copper and bronze often have poor mindsets. They have an excess amount of blaming everything but themselves. They have no self accountability. They don't even know that like they're in some of the lowest ranks. You know what I mean? So when you are in these low ranks, it's literally the basics, man. It's the basics of, learning these three things. When you learn these three things, you will get out of bronze. I guarantee you, bro. So, and I will say this for every single rank, avoid solo queuing. Avoid solo queuing, guys. It doesn't matter what rank you are. If you haven't been in the rank above where you are right now, there's no point of solo queuing to it. Because solo queuing is putting yourself at an automatic disadvantage. Why would you put yourself at a disadvantage when you can't even get to the next rank? Even if you did have a five stack. But it would be way easier if you did. And especially even when I coach bros, it's like I'm like, okay, how long have you been silver or copper or bronze? Like, oh, for a while. I'm like, okay, well, do you solo, do you stack? I solo queue. I can't really find any people to play with. It's so many excuses in these low ranks. So many excuses of why it's not their fault that they are where they are in their progress. If they genuinely cared and they took my advice on learning the basic map knowledge, operator knowledge, and gadget knowledge, it is extremely hard for them to plateau in these ranks. So I would like to hear a little bit from the copper and the bronzes. If there has been some sort of misunderstanding of what I said so far, please fan out your concerns in the chat right now. I would like to, because the problems that you are going in copper and bronze, a lot of other people are too. So give me some reasons why you think you are in these low ranks. How do you find people to play with then? Good question. I would highly advise that you avoid the discords. Now, this is going to apply for a lot of other ones, but we'll get to it early first. Avoid discords, public looking for group posts, because the reason I say that is because the players over there have a very inconsistent goal. And most of that is really just a pub. You might go up against freaking cheaters and shit like that. But a lot of those players aren't really. You're there's so many different factors that go into it, but I would just highly advise you avoid those kind of people. You might find a good one here and there, but they're just not good, and they just it's not the right play that you should be looking for. But instead, what I recommend is that you solo queue and you use your game chat. Solo queue, use your game chat, and calm even the littlest amount of things. If those people talk back to you, and they might even respond back to you, bro, send those guys a friend request. You guys don't understand. Stop being so scared. Send those guys a friend request, bro. Being a girl, I don't like to use mics. So from this perspective, there's two things. One, you can accept that and suffer the consequence of not having people to play with. However, trust me, especially in these low ranks, I know there's a lot of degen people out there that freak out when they hear a girl on the mic. But my advice I know because I had this question many times. I've had many girls come to my chat and say that like they can't use their mic because, and I've seen it before. I've literally seen it in my games, bro. I have a girl as a teammate, and then my teammates just they start yapping, bro. They start yapping, bro, because they've never seen actual women outside of the game. So I would still highly advise that you still go give good basic callouts, and the people that respond back to you and treat you like a normal human, like they should, you know, you could make the move if they don't make the move already to say like, "Yo, you want to stack or you want to play again, bro?" Trust me, bro. It doesn't matter who says it, bro. Whether you're a boy or a girl, guys. Guys, listen. You guys have to be reaching out. A lot of you guys are too scared to be like, hey, you want to play again, but bro, listen. It's literally what's holding you guys back. This constant loop of solo, 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 and very inconsistent friend groups for the game. Now, what if you have social anxiety? What if you have, you're too shy to talk on a microphone? You have to own up to it. I know it might sound hard, maybe making friends in real life. You're an introvert. You don't really like, putting yourself out there. That's okay. But it's not okay to use that as an excuse to cope out every single opportunity you have to get players, bro. And this kind of applies for all other ranks too, guys. Is You don't even have to have a conversation with people. At the end of the day, bro, you guys are on the same team working the same objective. There is no, it's all in your head. There is no consequence to you calling out that they're pushing this side of the building or this guy is here, or giving good call outs. Your teammates will appreciate that. And if they talk back toxic to you, bro, mute their ass, bro. Mute their ass in the first freaking second. I don't care, bro. Mute them. You think they're gonna give me more productive call outs? Like, bro, do not spend time, do not waste time arguing with people in game chat. Toxic people too. You want to avoid toxic players in this game when it comes to solo or stacking. But you guys have to have some sort of thick skin when it comes to this kind of stuff. So now that we kind of know the ways to get teammates, now that you know how to get teammates, we can do this for every single rank now. So now that we're in bronze and gold, we have basic operator knowledge, basic map knowledge, and gadget knowledge. Bronze to gold, we have recoil control, we have pre-aiming crosshair placement, and utility usage. This might seem very, very simple, but I want you to think about how consistent this is. When they start working on the recoil control, they can control the gun long range fights, mid range fights. They don't whiff shots that might cost them the game. Pre-aiming good crosshair placement. What is good crosshair placement? Chat, what is an example of good crosshair placement in this game? If you watched the second chapter, you will understand we went through mechanics and aim. So, for the people in there, you appreciate these guides. What are the next map you're covering, and how do you pick the maps? I will be going through all of them. They will just be spread out between um, the series, so just stay updated, class. But I will be going through maps and operators. Aim at chest to head level, good. I like that you mentioned chest level because recoil in this game can give you an instant headshot sometimes. Yeah, see, I like how everyone is saying head level. It's super common sense. However, common sense is not very common these days. Never hold your crosser to the ground. Gold star for you, SKRR. Gold star for you. You know why? Because so many people crouch walk and they are looking with their eyes on the monitor, not with their crosshair. They might be looking at the doorway in front of them, but their fucking character's looking down. And then when they see an enemy, they panic because they have terrible muscle memory, and that's why they live. Think about it. With pre-aiming crosshair placement, when you pre-aim, what does this mean? In a game like Siege, where there are 5 different angles every centimeter you go in the room, there's at least 5 or 6 different angles you come across. The more you kind of play this game in bronze to gold, you will notice common player behaviors. These common player behaviors tend to have patterns, and these patterns can help you understand which angles to clear out and have good pre-aim crosshair placement. This will eliminate any kind of unnecessary flicks, help you win gunfights faster, and overall, you will just be like having better cross placement than 90% of the people in the lobby of bronze and gold. But after pre-aiming crosshair and bronze to gold, it's utility usage. Now, I'm not saying you gotta know how to fucking, you know, I'm not saying you, I mean, it's just basic utility usage, knowing how to use barbed wire correctly, knowing how to reinforce, knowing how to, I mean, for God's sake, some people didn't even know you can change the Hibana pellets to 4 to 2 in year 8. It's basic things like that. Oh, um, another thing about utility usage is like, knowing you can use a thermite above a mute jammer. If there's a mute jammer on the wall, you know that you can use thermite above it, right? Or learning how to map trick a wall. Learning how to map trick a wall. Basic things like this. In bronze and gold, you gotta understand how all these things work. Because in lower ranks, you're learning the basic, but this is where you need to kind of know how to advance it a little bit. from gold to emerald. About your point earlier, I'm often bottom fragging as I'm negative most games, so I get the impression I shouldn't be in my rank. However, I win more games than not, as I always play support such as Valkyrie and Thermite. Yo, Futa, you're on the right track, bro. You're on the right track. However, there might be need to be a pivot soon. Trust me, because I was in the exact same position, and a lot of people did as well. You might find yourself playing better and winning more games when you are playing more of for the team, Valkyrie and Thermite. You are fundamentally playing towards the team, and you're opening up more opportunities for your other mates to get more kills with you. The only thing is, with this aggressive meta, playing Valkyrie and Thermite, or maybe mostly support operators, you miss out on a lot of mechanical skill. Sometimes, bro, you gotta let your balls loose, or whatever the term is. You gotta let your balls hang, whatever it is. But what I'm saying is that like you gotta have stupid rounds once in a while to help you improve your mechanics. Go Warden sometimes. Valkyrie's good too. Go fucking. Who's a frag operator right now on defense? I'm blanking out, bro. Too much sun today for me, dude. But yeah, man, like, it's very important that if you are going negative a lot, however, you have good game sense, it generally means your mechanical skills lacking behind. Do you think pre-firing is a good mechanic to master or no? If you watch the second chapter, I explain exactly how and good pre-firing is. So, bronze to gold, that is that is exactly what you need to know. Now, when we get to gold to emerald, this is where average players decide average players will hit a plateau. They will hit a plateau around either gold, emerald, or plat. This plateau is completely normal though. This plateau is remember is for every player. However, that plateau is broken when they volunteer to learn. If the average player can hit a certain rank without much effort, then anything beyond that will require extra effort. Now, what I mean by extra effort is this is like even watching good players play and copying that. It could be working on your aim. It could be recognizing your mistakes. Maybe even the players you're playing with. You know what? I want to hit emeralds, but my teammates are freaking silver. I might have to drop them and go play with someone else. It's little things like this where you volunteer to learn. You volunteer, you know what? I want to play this game a little bit more to understand it, rather than just kind of, hit your plateau, bro. Missing the emerald rank? Oh yeah, these pictures are a bit outdated. It's all good though. I just realized that. It's all good. Emerald's like let's put emerald like right here, bro. Emerald and platinum are basically the same thing. Okay, but this is where it gets spicy though. Pay attention though. You will say I said avoid solo queuing, which we already talked about earlier, so I won't go too much into that, but default takes. When I say default takes, they are default for a reason. Most of the community picks these up around gold to emerald and even uses it all with a champion. You have to make these a habit. And when I say default takes, I'm talking about having a plan in the round. I was coaching, whenever I coach someone, I'm always asking them before the round starts, hey, what's your plan this round? They're like, I might do this and do that. And then the round ends and they're dead like halfway in the round without any progression. Like, what happened to your plan? He's like, oh, I don't know. I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. Like, okay, well, if you don't have a plan, then how are you supposed to strategically win the round? Your plan could be to rush with Ash and try to get as many kills. Your plan could be to enter office on coastline, nade below Aqua, go to big window, walk up cool vibes, go plant. Like you got to have these a general plan. Like you should have your end plant goal every single round. Every single round, you should have an ideal plant goal. This plant goal will obviously be in a bomb site. In that bomb site that you choose, you can cut that bomb site in half. Now, all you have to do is take the minimal amount of map control wherever it is to move towards that goal. But so many people, bro, are on the roof. They're fucking entering in somewhere absolutely random. They're chasing a roamer who is way off of their plan. They're so reactive. You have to be proactive, though. You have to be proactive. What is proactive? What does being proactive mean? Proactive versus reactive means you have a plan and you're acting off of your own will. But when people are reactive, like they're just chasing random things in the round. No, I'm not saying, be ignorant and only do a certain take without being oblivious to like different factors of the round. I'm not saying that. But guys, have a plan for God's sake. Like y'all gotta like, if you can't explain to me your attack before the drone phase ends, then your plan's probably not that good anyways. It doesn't have to be complicated, but you have to be following your own will so that way you know what you need to improve. I Atheno, I do everything everyone else does, but it doesn't work for me. Any tips? What exactly do you mean I do everything everyone else does? That's a very broad statement. I can't really understand what you're trying to say. Avoid solo queuing, bro. My teammates are all dumb and kill hungry. I cannot solo queue. Plat. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why I tell you not to solo queue. Guys, you have to understand. I'll say it one more time because a lot of this information will only be used if it is hammered inside your head. And I need to hammer it inside your head that solo queue is the most unproductive way to play this game. I don't care if, you're trying to learn by yourself, learn all this kind of other stuff. Like, yeah, you could learn a little bit, like on your gameplay, but why not do it in a stack? You know what I mean? When you have more consistent factors that you can point out too. Yo, thank you for the brand new subs today, by the way, guys. Appreciate it. But as you go into gold and emerald, it's all about having a plan, avoiding solo queuing, so that way you can follow through that plan a lot more advanced, and that way you can start learning and start building consistency. Now, that's a very important word. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. But your default takes and you five stacking is not enough to improve. You have to volunteer to learn. Yeah, you can get your five other gold silver mates to play with you, but if y'all are just fucking around every single round and arguing and shit, there's no point of five stacking. The five stack is unproductive. You guys have to, you individually, it doesn't matter about your other mates. You have to volunteer to learn. Watch good players, understand. Remember, look at the top thing right here. Accept the fact that you are a worm. Hitting a plateau, which I said everybody goes through in Gold or Emerald, this plateau is a reality check. Like, oh damn, maybe I'm not as good at the game as I thought I was. There's some things that I can work on. Okay, maybe I get a little too nervous on my gunfights. Let me try taking more gunfights so that way I can stop being nervous. Proactive, guys, proactive. So, what is a plateau? A plateau basically means like you hit a brick wall. You are a hard stuck rank. Um, because your certain habits are just, your current traits as a player habits are just they're not good enough to surpass. They're not good enough to consistently outplay the people in your lobbies. So, do we have any questions? Any questions of anything I said about around to emerald to copper, basically. Emerald to copper. Is there any confusion on what I just explained? How can you get out of unranked? Listen, if you ask some silly ass question one more time, I'm sending you to fucking detention, bro. Man, trust me, bro. Your parents are not gonna be happy. Okay? I'm good on defense, but I'm attacking. I'm always droning out and never killing someone. I can't see myself in any position, such as a hard breacher, soft breacher, anchor, etc. Are you saying that your defense is solid, but it seems like you can't really break through winning your gunfights in general? It doesn't really matter your role, to be honest. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing about Siege or in ranked. Guys, you don't have to have a certain role. You don't have to identify as certain operators and roles. You know what I mean? Like, bro, if you decide to be an entry, but you want to play Thermite the next day, bro, play Thermite. I don't fucking care. Like, if anything, that just helps you learn your knowledge. Um, but I think that really comes down to just gunfights. Because if you're always joining out the person, if you're always getting the information, you might be overdoing it, bro. You might be overthinking the fight. And I was talking about gunfights in the episode three, I believe, was Mechanics in Name. I believe it was. It was actually two. Two is Mechanics in Name. But this is actually really, really important in Gold to Emerald. Um, I'll add to this is where you start kind of making some big boy plays, bro. Now that you're kind of going up against people who have very similar patterns. However, they're very, very, there's a lot of holes and a lot of errors in their in their defenses or attacks. And if you see an opening with your drone, bro, trust me, capitalize it. If you die doing it, you die doing it. But a lot of you guys do not commit. You know what? This will be a good transition to Emerald and Diamond. Emerald to Champion, to be honest. Emerald to Champion is that Emerald and Champion players, they can spot out. If they are put in a lobby with people Emerald and lower, most of the time they will spot out what is wrong. If you guys see, and then they will capitalize it instantly, and that wins them the round. For example, let's think of it in our heads right now. Let's think about CCTV attack on Clubhouse. Let's say we have a zombie on rafters, and we have Doc saying behind green box. Thermite opens the breach open. I am Ash on the roof. I'm Ash on the roof, and I drone sight. I drone the window, the server window, and I see that Doc is not looking at my window. Boom. I don't drone him. I don't over drone. I literally just take that information, whether I think it's a good play or not. I full commit to it because I know I believe that I can win the round. I hop in, I kill Doc, and I look to my right and I kill a zombie. It's little holes like this. No one was watching server window. How often do you see people holding server window when the breach is open? Pretty rare. Pretty rare, bro. Obviously, if you don't make a ruckus on it, but it's little things like that, and that's a really good transition to getting into higher ranks. Is yeah, you might like know all like the smart ways, defaults, and everything, but it's not enough. Especially in this TDM meta, it is not enough to know how to generally play smart. You have to exploit. You have to exploit when you see the error in the defense. These streams are god tier. Love to hear it, bro. So now let's make a full transition to Emerald and Diamond. Now that we know how to make those plays, and if you don't have the confidence to hop through that window or make that play, dog, that's on you, man. You gotta grow a pair, bro. Grow a pair. You can respawn in the video game. You can try again. Grow a pair. All right. When was the last time you saw a pro player nervous? Especially in ranked games, bro. Like, when was the last time you see them nervous? No, bro. They have confidence, bro. Especially even high ranks, bro. Even the dumb warden mains, bro. At least they might be doing the wrong shit, but at least they're 100% committing to what they do. So moving on fully from emerald to diamond is consistently efficient. To be a diamond or emerald or any kind of high rank, you need to consistently be efficient. I'm not talking about, you know, the person who only played Ash and happened to, get a couple 3Ks here and there, enough to frag him out to get to emerald. But his game sense is terrible, it's super lopsided, and he only knows how to frag out. But what if he's approached with a situation where he comes across a semi coordinated team? That guy's going to overheat, he's going to overpeak, and he's going to die a lot more. Yeah, he has good gun skill, but he's not consistently efficient. It could be the other way around. Let's say, remember that person in chat who said he was a thermite player, right? Let's say you are the best thermite ever. You have the best pre-placed drones, best Valkyrie cameras. You have all this information and set up to do it. But if you can't put the bullet in someone's head, what's the point of the play? If you cannot get the bomb down or you cannot shoot them in the head, at the end of the day, your plan means nothing. Your plan means nothing. The warden main who just fucking spawn peeked two people, he put more of a dent than your fucking pre-placed cams and all this other like, oh, I thought it was smart bullshit. And I'm not saying, write yourself off when you play smart and all kind of like, there's definitely the room for that. But you got to make sure you're not lopsided with your aim versus game sense. It has to be, you have to work on your weak points too. You have to work on your weak points, bro. Your aim is good, but you can't really win gunfights. Okay, fair enough. You know why? It's probably because you lack confidence or you lack positioning. You might have good aim, but you can't out aim good positions sometimes. Sometimes people will just have the better angle or the position. Sometimes it is out of your control. However, you can control that a lot. Remember, 90% of things in this game is in your control. You can control how your emotions are. You can control how you feel, how you act. You know, you can control the thoughts that go to your head. But the other 10%, you can't control your teammates. You can't control the servers, the weather of the day, the time, whatever it is. If you can't make an actual change for it, it's not in your control, bro. Let it go. Do you think watching map replays and breaking down what I did wrong will truly help me later on? Yes. Yes. You know why? Because this ties into the top thing. You know why I keep circling back up here? Accept the fact that you are a worm. When you go into a match replay, you can literally catch yourself in fucking 4K, bro. You can catch yourself in 4K with your mistakes. Oh man, I thought that was the right play. In the moment, it seems like the perfect play. But now that I'm looking back at my match replay, I have to accept the fact that that was a worm play. And when you do this, you break bad habits. And when you break more bad habits, you start doing the right thing. And when you start doing the right thing, you are consistently efficient. It's all about, remember, volunteering to learn and combining that with match replay. Now, I'm not saying you have to match replay, but it's extremely helpful. You can do your own little match replay if you don't have the patience for it. Literally, just after every single death, hmm, how could I play that better? Was it in my control? Okay, let's do this. Wait, it wasn't in my control? I got one tap in that accident? Okay, GG, go next. Nope. Montu, thank you for the 2 months. This game isn't perfect. Got to deal with a lot. Yes, bro. Guys, remember that's a very good point. Who said that? Yo, Grace Cobra. Hey, listen, man. You're getting the front row spot on the water slide next. All right, you're getting the front row spot, bro. You get to skip the entire line. That was a really good point. Really, really good point. But yeah, guys, it's Siege, bro. It's the game where every round can be different. You can get one tapped on 4 full overtime. Oh well, that's just Siege. That is just Siege. You know what, man? The next time you come across a hard situation chat in this game, first thing before you slam your desk, before you rage out, it's literally be like, "That's just Siege." Now, when you have that little bit of few seconds of like, you know what? There's not much I really could have done. And that next few seconds, hmm, is there a way I could have played that better? Boom! You see how the the mindset dynamic changes so much. It's not like, oh, this game sucks. Boom. When you're like that, when you're like, let's say you get swung by Warden while you were ionic cloning in the open. Oh my god, that Warden is so bad. What the frick? Oh my god, like, oh, this game sucks. Go scroll on TikTok. Boom. No room for improvement. No room for improvement. Same player. Let's say the same exact situation though. Ionic clone in the open, get swung by Warden. Oh my god, Euro, I'm in such a I hate this aggressive meta. Wait, how could I play that better? Maybe I shouldn't have been cloning in the open. Maybe I should have had my drone I did earlier. Okay, I'll do that next time. You see, this guy is now going up, and this guy, the warden main, staying stagnant. It's little things like that, bro. It's little things like that, dude. Bro, you were the friend that goes on side missions. Why are you in Cancun? Bro, I'm enjoying me and my family right now, bro. Me and my family, we're enjoying it. So now that we kind of know a bit about consistently efficient, to be consistently efficient, you have to be improving the best of your ability in your situation to your goals while maintaining good habits. Next, 5 stacks. 5 stacks. I will say it a million times. Avoid solo queuing, and when you especially get to Emerald and Diamond, if you're not 5 stacking, bro, expect to lose. Expect to lose. I'm not saying give up, but your chances are a lot lower. Even if you're 4 stack, bro, that random could have been the Heartbreacher and he gets spawn peaked. Boom. Round is jeopardized. Even if you are a 5 stack though, 5 stack is not enough. You guys, what? Okay, chat. Let me ask you guys this. Why do you think 5 stacks in this game are fucking godly? Give me one word answer, sentence, whatever. Just tell me why are 5 stacks super efficient to ranking up in this game? Why? Communication, intel, good. Communication's a big one. Planning, good. Calls. You see, all these things you guys are saying, when most of you guys are in a position to help each other and work together, it is very, very hard to pick one of you guys off without your team helping you. And especially in high ranks where the game sense, the mechanics are so fucking neck and neck. Like everyone's imagine like 5 maxed out players versus 5 maxed out players. Now I know 2.0, but just bear with me here. Doing the bare minimum sometimes is just not enough. It's just not enough. Because you see what we have right here, counter to defaults. A lot of these players, they see a default setup, champions will eventually, they know how to counter that pretty easily. It just comes down to gunfights. And gunfights can be pretty arbitrary in this game because of the one-shot headshot and Warden and the TDM meta, right? But you must understand what makes good team play. Yeah, you guys could have comms. You guys could have comms, but are you working together? Okay, let's say you guys are working together, but are you picking the right operators? Are you guys in a position to refrag? You know what I mean? You guys could all 5 be talking at once. But if there's no um like solid change in the round, then your team's just gonna collapse. You know what I mean? Like, let me give you guys an example. If a rank stack was going up against SSG, SSG is a pro team in Rainbow Six. SSG are probably, they work extremely well together, especially even in ranked. You know the way to beat them? You know the way to beat a team that works super well together? What do? You pick them off. You pick them off one by one, slowly, to the point where they can't play with each other. And now they're a bit more scattered out. And then boom, now you can kind of break down that teammate barrier and push forward. So five stacking helps you stay together as much as possible. Your friend gets mad when you call it because he can't hear and leaves the Discord for the round. Bro, fucking leave that rap, bro. Leave that rap. Bro, like, you know what? I'm not saying be a dick about it, but like, bro, stop playing with that guy, bro. There's so that guy's not even doing the bare minimum, bro. That guy's a crybaby, bro. Yo, everyone type L friend in the chat right now, man. L friend, bro. L friend, dude. Yeah, communications are fucking are key, bro. Bulletproof cameras, Valkyries mid rounds, people in default cams, like default cams in champion ranked, bro. Like, what are we playing, bro? But guys, I cannot. You see why I put five stack in team play? It's because so many people miss out on this because it's the boring way. It is the TDM meta way. Now, you might be asking me, yo, Atheno, these are all really good tips, and I do agree with you. However, playing smart is just not enough these days in this TDM meta. Like, like, what if I don't, what if we can't constantly always be coordinated, especially in ranked? Like, how do you work around these unpredictable moments? Yes, good question. I know we're in a TDM meta, and when there's a lot of forced gunfights, it's very easy to skip steps in a round. So my best advice for if you're playing smart and still struggling to win, try not to skip steps. You know, these steps are just gonna be mental things in your head, but depending on your push, whether it's to rush or to play 30 seconds, do not skip steps. Because when you skip steps in your take, in your plan, then you're not playing your game anymore. Then you're playing the other guy's game. You're playing against the warden that's fucking non-stop peeking. So slow it down a little bit and work your picks. Work what's in front of you, and eventually it'll work out. Always prepare for the worst metas. You know what? I like that point. Not even just metas, bro. In the round too. I'll give you a very underrated tip. That is a very underrated tip in Emerald and high ranks. Always prepare for the worst. Oh my god, wait, why did that Ash drop Skylight? Why did that guy Amaro into the window? That's such a dumb play. So it ended up working out. Bro won the round. Doesn't matter, bro. Doesn't matter if it was a thermite 30-second play with the team or a Maru shotgun killing everybody in sight. You always got prepared for the worst. Oh, you know what some examples are? A roamer, or let's say like you're defending top floor on bank, right? And then zero, knock, Ash, IQ, Twitch, crouch walks up one of the staircases and kills two of your teammates immediately with no refrag. It's little things like that, man. Oh, why would she do that? It's such a bad play. Always expect for the worst. That's why I always tell you guys in the TDM meta, expect for the worst and bring trap operators. Trap operators. The reason why their traps are so effective in this aggressive meta is that no matter what the enemy decides to do, they will like if the trap is placed correctly, it's always going to throw them off. It's always going to throw them off their tempo, and that gives you more advantage to win against them. Mr. L, what should I do when my friend or someone says I'm trash when I am? Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, if someone calls you trash and you are trash, accept that you're trash. Accept the fact that you are a worm. But then eventually you have to volunteer to learn, bro. Okay? You understand? Got a worm here. Hey, listen. A worm doesn't make an effort to improve. A worm does not decide, you know what, maybe I should have played the smart decision. That is a smart player. That's a good player. A worm is a person who knows the wrong decision but decides to do it anyways. That is a worm. Well, listen, worms can turn into beautiful butterflies and hatch out of their cocoon. But that really is all it is to high ranks, guys. It's not crazy aim. It's not pro league level game sense or some round changing call out, which it can work sometimes. It's really just consistently performing good habits, playing in a stack, and trying your best to play as one, as you should in a team, and that's about it. The counter to the defaults will come with the communication. But that is peak siege right now, bro. That is peak level of siege that you can get to. You know, you've learned all of the callouts, information. It all just comes down to you just making different ways to win around. And that's why people come back to Siege. It's because even if you do learn all the gadgets, even if you do pass the basic operator knowledge, it's not like there's nothing else to learn. It's not like Siege is not like there's a thing about what keeps players coming back to Siege is that it's not the fact that you guys are still trying to learn how to use like learn new things to an extent, but it's someone's walking outside my door. But it's learning how to win the same bomb site different. You know what I mean? How do you learn default tags? I'm struggling to learn. Struggling to find YouTube videos on it. Luckily, the R6 Academy is doing that, and I have done multiple defenses and all that kind of stuff. I know, but attacking though. But with this R6 Academy, I've already done Chalet. Go watch Chalet, and you will literally master it in a day. But I will be teaching you guys all those videos. However, obviously, in the meantime, when those videos are not out and you cannot watch them, how do you learn a default tick? Well, I mean, number one, open up your eyes. Like, everyone should like have a common pattern of how bombsters are attacked. A default take. What is a default take? What is it broken down to? It's broken down into a common plant spot. That common plant spot is then backed up by a hard breach wall getting opened up or some sort of map control. That piece of map control to get that bomb site down is manipulated by hard breaching gadgets, lines of sights, uh, certain pieces that map control. Instead of going across the building, you go to a certain room right away. You don't waste any time. And with how efficient that is, you do it almost every single game. You might mix it up in the game to make yourself unpredictable. That's why there's about two default ticks. But yeah, it's just a pre-planned, it's a calculated pre-planned attack. That's what a default take is. Calculated pre-planned attack. Yeah, I'm on Central Time right now. But one thing you should know about default takes is that for every bomb site, there are two default takes. There is the direct, and then there's the crossover. The direct, remember, you are taking the least amount of map control to complete your objective in the game, which is to plant a certain bomb site. And we already broke that down. The crossover, I don't mean to flip off chat. The crossover is you are taking a different you're taking a different approach. However, it's the same goal to plant the bomb. Maybe it might not be planting the bomb in general, but for the grand scheme of it, you're trying to get certain good map control. There's no such a thing as a default take that takes uses map control. It just does not exist. That's why it wouldn't be a default take in the first place. But it would be called a default because it's so popular. Because at the end of the day, remember, you in order to win the game, or everyone's goal in this game is to win the round. What's the best way to win the round? Do the most efficient way to win the round against different teams. That way, I have the highest success rate of winning the round. Now, if I found the winning formula, I would just repeat that against every team I go up against. Would that be predictable? No, because remember, in Siege, it's not about learning new things. It's about learning different ways how to approach the same goal. Who knows? Maybe you kill someone in a different order. Maybe you get a certain wall open. Maybe someone disconnects on accident. That might be a bad factor, but yeah, man, it's like the default takes are not 100% guaranteed. They're about like a 92% win rate, but it's about keeping it consistent. You know what I mean? That's why. But obviously, following that fashion of attack is way better than being inconsistent, trying a new thing every single round because you're too lazy to try. You're too lazy. You know what I mean? That's why I recommend default takes, bro. Well, yeah. Justin, thank you for this. For all the new people joining from Jinxie's stream, this is the R6 Academy. I'm basically breaking down how to climb the ranks right now. So yeah, all the new people coming in right now, yo, type of one in the chat if this is your first time attending to R6 Academy. This is not a normal class. We're on a field trip right now in Cancun, but yeah, this is just a field trip right now for the class. So yeah, welcome all the new students. This is a YouTube series, exclamation mark YT, a YouTube series that I have to help people from all levels approach Siege at a rational approach. Thought you were going to Disneyland? No, not this time, not this time. But yeah, someone went hella crazy for gifting subs. That's why. Once field trip without us? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You guys are with me. What are you talking about? Y'all with me. All right, but yeah, not to get the lesson too off topic right here, but that is the complete climbing the ranks guide. It might not be the easiest thing, however, it's a lot simpler than you guys think. It's just all about putting one foot in front of the other, just getting a little bit better every single day. Your aim, maybe a certain take. The worst thing that you can do when you are trying to get better at this game is hit a plateau and think it's not your fault. It is always 99% of the time your fault. Not your teammates, not the lag, not the servers. It is your fault. Accept the fact that you are a worm. That's why it is the first statement. You see how all the things I talk about all come back to accept the fact that you are a worm is because all of you guys, including myself, are not perfect players. But you are always learning. Do not become a worm. What is a worm? A worm is a person who does the wrong thing when they know it's the wrong thing. It's like using a Zim. It's like using a Zim on console. You know you shouldn't be doing it, but you do it anyways. Guess what? You are a fucking worm. So, chat. But that is all for today's class. There's no Kahoot today. However, there will be homework. There will be homework for today's lesson. It's a Monday. I know, boo-hoo homework. So, in order to complete your homework, join the Discord and submit the clip to the homework channel. Now, what clip do you need to submit? This will be, what should I make the homework? What should I make the homework? Yo, chat, what should I make? Any ideas for the homework? Because I have one, but I feel like I might be a bit overkill. Homework on a holiday is rude. Listen, you just have an extra day to complete it. Listen, it's Monday. You do it tomorrow then. Do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. There's no class Tuesday. Mm, 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 mm. You know what? Let me just choose. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Your homework, chat, is to go to the homework channel, is to go to the homework channel and type one thing that you could have fixed. This could be, I understand that, I might be terrible on thermite, or I might be good on thermite, but my mechanics are shit. So I'm gonna work on my mechanics, or maybe like I shouldn't have spawn peeked this when I know I shouldn't. Some sort of thing of you correcting yourself, you getting better. Type that sentence in the chat, and again, I will give out an Atheno chart code to a random person who does their homework. I'll choose a random person now, and I'll give them the Atheno chart. So join the Discord. Type one sentence. You can literally do the homework right now. Chat. Listen, you could do your homework right now in class before it ends, and you'll have no homework until the next class. Sounds like a deal to me. Sounds like a deal to me. What is this class schedule? Good question. You know what? For all the brand new people, yo, again, all the new people coming over and wondering what R6 Academy is. Wait. All right. So again, join the Discord. Come to the R6 Academy here. The schedule right here is what every class is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 7 p.m. PST. Right now, every Friday is a guaranteed quiz on Kahoot. But there might be pop quizzes, Kahoot pop quizzes on based on these lessons. Now, I would try my best to upload these the day of the stream, but today we just uploaded me coaching Cloaksy. Yo, top a W in the chat right now because that was such a W video. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that video. Cloaksy is actually he's actually improving. So. But yeah, classes will always be streamed on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays around 7 p.m. PST at this twitch.tv/Atheno. And if you miss a class, they will be on the YouTube channel, on my main channel. Again, your homework. Your homework is taking some sort of accountability. Has anyone done it yet? Okay, good. You see all these people? Guys, you could have no homework until next class. You see all of these people are getting better. Put your homework in chat right now. And if you don't do your homework and it is late, I will only revise it to a 60%. Assignments. Okay, let's type the homework. Homework for chapter 4. Homework for chapter 4. Type something you fixed about your siege skill slash gameplay. Due Wednesday. Wait, chat, how do I spell Wednesday? Yo, chat, how do I spell Wednesday? Did I spell it right? Wednesday. 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 Why is Nez? Why is there an E in why is there an E in Wednesday? Wednesday. 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 What the whoever made Wednesday, bro, is stupid. All right, let me just catch up on some of these subs. Airstrike, thanks for the sub. Thank you guys for the brand new follows. Appreciate it. Thank you. Wait, whose name? Bro, I just saw a very wild name in the followage. That's crazy. All right. But yeah, my parents are probably coming back a little bit, so I gotta end stream or end class. Athena will be taking over. But yeah, guys, it has been Professor Lesion. It has been Professor Lesion. Today was a good field trip. We'll be having another stream here. The field trip will last until about 10 more days. The field trip ends on the 14th, is when we will return back to the normal classroom. But yeah, I don't know what Thino's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna react to clips or not. He might. But yeah, hey, yo, let's get a W class in the chat right now. Class is officially dismissed. Please remember, do your homework, submit it into the channel, watch the YouTube videos, watch them on YouTube. I'll see you guys next stream or next class. And yeah, peace. Thino, you can take over now. Class finished. All right, all right, all right. Yo, yo, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was class with